So, Jack, I want to go to you and bring you in this conversation. So, is Sessions being racist, or is the mayor obstructing justice?
Listen, I'm the last person to take up for Jeff Sessions. I think he's had a racial past that is one that's very clouded. But on this particular subject matter, let's try to find some balance here, and let's be realistic about it. I mean, if the federal government is coming in and sending in federal agents like ICE, you can't go ahead and warn people beforehand. You're putting these men at danger, and I've said this before. And if you want to talk about race, and we want to go to California and talk about race, let's look at how they imprison all these black men. It seems like to me that they protect the illegal immigrants more than they protect the people and their citizens in their own state. I mean, black men are imprisoned in by droves for committing, felonies, selling drugs and different things like that, and you don't see them putting up this big of a fight. So let's have some balance here. Let's not try to make this all into a political issue, because at the end of the day it is. If it was about the DACA kids, right, President Trump has already put forth a plan to allow 1.8 million DACA recipients to come into the country, but we get no Democratic push on that. It's all political. They want to wait.
Final agreement on that.
Jane, lose your anger, Jane. Lose your anger, and maybe people will listen to what you're saying. Because right now you're coming across as very angry. For some reason, you're very angry. I don't know why it is. I've been to California too, and you lock up a lot of men that look just like me for a lot less than what a lot of these guys are doing that you're protecting. That's real.
Let me tell you something. I wrote a book called Addict Nation, where I talked about addicted to incarceration. As far as the incarceration of minorities, particularly African-American men, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a big business.
But you guys aren't. But you're not putting up that fight. You're not putting up the fight for those guys. You're not putting up the fight for those guys. I've watched you, Jane. I respect your work, but it's just the truth. This is political. This is political for you. I know, and just like the illegal immigrant that killed that woman in San Francisco, if he would have been black, you would have locked him up. But no, but he wasn't. So you're fighting for him. It's ridiculous.
Hold on, I want her to respond. Go ahead, Jane.
Okay. Let me say something. You can always find an anecdote to attach to a particular individual, like, yes, an illegal immigrant killed somebody. There was a born and bred
That's not
American
an anecdote, that's a life.
People,
That's someone's life. How could that be an anecdote?
And hundreds more in Las Vegas. Okay, that was not an illegal immigrant. All right, so let's not just jump to anecdotes to illustrate what we want to talk about. The fact is that I think Donald Trump is very good at pitting people against each other. And right now he is trying to pit the African-American community against the Latino community. Don't fall for it.
That ain't true. You listen, you guys are trying to you try to bring in immigration, you try to bring in every other liberal issue and put it into the fold with race and black people in America. And the two things don't go together, Jane. I'm sorry. I'm not a conservative. I voted for Barack Obama twice, but I'm a realist. And you guys aren't keeping it very real. That's my opinion.
Well, we're going to